Okay, here we got a 2002 Polaris Ranger 500. Still a carbureted model. I have the seat off already. I'm going to be doing the thermostat. Here's a new thermostat. You will need a ratchet or wrench, 5/16 or 8mm. We're on the driver's side of the vehicle, top of the engine, carburetor, this is where the seat is. Side of the engine, here's your thermostat housing. That's what we're going for to change that thermostat. Right here is your thermostat housing. So we need to remove this bolt and the bottom bolt to get that housing off. The radiator clamp has to come off as well, and the radiator hose. Okay. Second one. Where the thermostat housing goes, remember, gotta clean that sucker up. I'm using some wire brushes. Get the thermostat housing, clean that up. I already did this off camera, sorry about that. And then after you wire brush it or Scotch Brite pad it or something, maybe take carburetor cleaner or brake clean and spray it off good. And I'm trying to flush some of the shitty old coolant and grudge out of there. Using water in a siphon, whatever you call it, with a hose. It's not dumb if it works. I lost a whole section that I had recorded earlier of when I was installing the thermostat. Sorry about that. I can make this up here. Alright, this picture of the thermostat that I had bought. Right, try to make sure that you get one of these that has a vent hole on, like this is showing, on the top. And remember this, that vent hole has to be installed facing up on the top. That vent for gravitational purposes, it will only let off pressure if it is facing up, and this will go in. However, this goes into that socket of the thermostat housing on the engine block, and you can twist this and put it in however you want, but make sure that that hole is lining up. Alright, and then you put the housing over, bolt on top, bolt on bottom, and make sure the inlet is coming this way, and you put your hose over and clamp it. Alright, thermostat's in, it's tightened up, putting the hose on and clamping it down. You can use a flathead or the same 5/16 on mine. And now we're burping the coolant, you know, because we open the coolant lines and drain the coolant with the thermostat and etc. Fresh temp sensor down there, fresh thermostat. Using a funnel in the overflow and a funnel in the top of the radiator, so I get a little bit of extra coolant in there, if you can see that. And then you start the machine, and you can see this, I have it lifted up so that the radiator is the highest portion of the vehicle. Start it, let it run for a little while until the heat cycle kicks on, maybe 20 minutes, just a guesstimate. And you'll see the coolant start to bubble. You're letting air bubbles out. You'll want to probably put the cap in, not tighten it, you know, put it on but loose. It'll let it vent that way. Okay, she's running great, fan is kicking on, coolant seemed to cycle really well, and it's not overheating at all. So thermostat and temp switch fixed our Ranger here. Alright, now we're buttoning this up. I replaced my, I am replacing my overflow bottle with a nozzle that I'm connecting to a hose and clamp, so that if it does spray out, it's gonna spray out my hose and not mess up everything and under here and get into my air intake and etc. But yeah, this is just a top I've saved off of a bottle of Lucas. All back together and fixed. She is running good. Hood is back on. Like I said, I don't think you need instructions for that. Seat's back on. And like, follow, subscribe for more. I'm going to be doing the front differential, rear differential, transmission, and a couple of other how-tos on this specific machine.